Welcome friends to a new session on molecular biology. In this session, we will discuss various forms of RNA polymerase and cofactors. RNA polymerase, the enzyme essential to life, part 2. Let us first see about cofactors. Each RNA polymerase is believed generally to have its own set of transcription factors. A number of transcription factors are also involved in the formation of a transcription complex needed for initiation of transcription. Transcription factors are proteins involved in the process of converting DNA to RNA. The common feature of this transcription, however, involves binding of a number of transcription factors to DNA sequences upstream of start point. The number of transcription factors associated with the initiation process increases as the variety of genes transcribed by the polymerase increases. These transcription factors help in DNA binding of an RNA polymerase to constitute what is described as transcription complex. After the formation of this complex, initiation of transcription occurs. All known transcription factors may not necessarily recognize DNA sequences in initiation of transcription. Transcription factors include a wide number of proteins that initiate and regulate the transcription of genes. Indeed, these transcription factors must bind to a promoter region in DNA and form an appropriate initiation complex before RNA polymerase will bind and initiate transcription. Different promoters and transcription factors are utilized by the eukaryotic RNA polymerases. The formation of locally unwound segment of DNA required to initiate transcription involves the interaction of several transcription factors with specific cis acting sequences in the promoter of transcription unit. An important class of transcription factors in eukaryotes is GTFs, that is general transcription factors, and they are necessary for transcription to occur. Many of these GTFs are part of the large transcription pre-initiation complex, in short called as PIC, that interacts with the RNA polymerase directly, but do not actually bind DNA. The most common GTFs are transcription factor 2A, TF2B, TF2D, TF2E, TF2F and TF2H. The PIC binds to promoter regions of DNA upstream to the gene that they regulate. Now, let us see about transcription factor 2A, in short called as TF2A. It is one of the several GTFs essential for all transcription events that use RNA polymerase II. It is a nuclear protein involved in the RNA polymerase II dependent transcription of DNA. TF2A is encoded by two separate genes. One of the genes, GTF2A1, encodes a large subunit consisting of TF2 alpha beta, TF2AL and TOA1, and another gene GTF2A2 which encodes a small subunit consisting of TF2Y, TF2AS and TOA2. The molecular weight of these two proteins varies in eukaryotes. For instance, in humans the size of the encoded proteins is approximately 55 kD and 12 kD. Both the genes are present in species ranging from yeast to humans, and their protein products interact to form a complex composed of a beta barrel domain and an alpha helical bundle domain. It is the N-terminal and C-terminal regions of the large subunit that take part in interactions with the small subunit. The large subunit is often observed to be proteolytically processed into two smaller subunits, alpha and beta, of approximately 35 kD and 19 kD. The sequence length of TF2A subunit 1 and subunit 2 are 109 and 376 amino acids respectively. The second gene encoding a large TF2A subunit has been found in some higher eukaryotes. This gene GTF2A1LF is expressed only in spermatocyte and oocyte, suggesting it has a TF2A like regulatory role for gene expression only in germ cells. TF2A interacts with the TBP subunit of TF2D and aids in the binding of TBP, that is Tata binding protein, to Tata box containing promoter DNA. Interaction of TF2A with TBP facilitates formation of the pre-initiation complex and stabilizes it. This interaction also results in the exclusion of repressive factors that might otherwise bind to TBP and interfere with PIC formation. TF2A also acts as a co-activator for some transcriptional activators, assisting with their ability to activate or increase transcription. Now, let us look into transcription factor 2B. TF2B is a general transcription factor encoded by TF2B gene and located in the nucleus. TF2B is involved in the formation of RNA polymerase II PIC by binding and stabilizing the DNA TBP complex and by recruiting RNA polymerase II and other transcription factors. TF2B is a single polypeptide of 33 kDa consisting of 316 amino acids. It is essential at all promoters in order to recruit RNA polymerase II and initiate transcription. Recent research has shown that transcription levels are not significantly affected by depletion in TF2B and is not lethal to cells. This is because about 90% of mammalian promoters do not contain a Tata box sequence or B recognition element, that is BRE, which is required for TF2B to bind. TF2B is made up of 4 functional domains: the C-terminal core domain, B linker, B reader and amino terminal zinc ribbon. The C-terminal core, which is protease resistant, stabilizes the DNA TBP complex by interacting with the non-specific sequences on either side of the Tata box called the upstream and downstream B recognition elements, that is BREU and BRED. The core domain consists of 2 alpha helical structures that form nearly identical domains connected by a short linker region and rotated by 90 degree between each other. Each of the domains has 5 alpha helices with a hydrophobic core. The C domain consists of another short alpha helix and a random coil. The B reader is formed of alpha helix and mobile loop that is thought to facilitate in the identification of the transcription start site. Amino terminal zinc ribbon is involved in the recruitment of RNA polymerase II. The zinc ion is coordinated by cysteine and histidine residues arranged in beta sheets. Now, let us see about TF2B domains required for interaction with TF2D Tata complex. TF2B has two fundamental activities. One is formation of TF2D, TF2B Tata complex, also called DB-DNA complex, and second one base cell transcription. In the year 1993, deletion mutants of TF2B were used to identify the domains responsible for the above two activities. Following two domains were identified for specific functional roles. 1. The C-terminal domain containing two direct repeats and two basic residue repeats is necessary and sufficient for interaction with TF2D Tata complex, also called ddNA complex. In the absence of TF2D, TF2B will not bind DNA, suggesting that an interaction between TF2B and TF2D takes place. Second, an extra 84 residue N-terminal region, which is not needed for the formation of DB complex, is required for base cell transcriptional activity, so that in the absence of this region, despite the formation of DB complex, transcription was greatly reduced or completely stopped. These two domains consist of 947 residues of the 130 kDa and 801 residues of the 100 kDa subunit respectively. This region may therefore be involved in the recruitment of RNA polymerase II to the complex. It has been shown that in TF2B and TF2D, similar structural domains are present for protein DNA interactions. These similarities include C-terminal direct repeats, basic residue repeats, and sigma homologies. It has also been shown that an acidic activator is also needed for the basal transcription activity of TF2B. A mutant form of TF2B, which is unable to interact with acidic activator, could not support transcription. This suggests that TF2D and TF2B, in the absence of an acidic activator, assemble to form only a non-productive DB complex, but form a productive DB complex only in the presence of this acidic activator, which transactivates the initiation complex. Now, let us look into transcription factor 2D, that is TF2D. Of the earlier mentioned transcription factors, TF2D is the most important and has become available in purified form as a multi-protein complex with a molecular weight of 38 kDa. A subunit of TF2D is TBP, which is actually required by all the three eukaryotic RNA polymerases, even for promoters lacking a Tata box. However, there are other TBP associated factors, also called as TAFs, which differ in different RNA polymerases. Therefore, it is suggested that each of the three RNA polymerases requires an essential transcription factor, which is a complex containing TBP and TAFs, the composition of TAFs differing in the three cases. Another abundant complex is BTF2D, which is involved in transcription by RNA polymerase I or RNA polymerase III. BTF2D contains TBP and TAFs and can perform the TBP function of TF2D. The TBP TAFs arrangement is dynamic and TAFs can be displaced from TBP to to accommodate contacts by other transcription factors and activators. Binding of TF2D at the Tata box also leads to bending of DNA. This bending perhaps facilitates contact between regulatory factors bound at upstream sites and one or more components of the general transcriptional machinery, as shown in this figure. This DNA bending due to TF2D can also be compared with the CAP induced DNA bending described for prokaryotic promoters. RNA polymerase II holoenzyme consists of RNA polymerase II, a subset of general transcription factors, and regulatory proteins known as SRB proteins. Before transcription starts, the TF2D complex binds to the Tata box in the core promoter of the gene. It coordinates the activities of more than 70 polypeptides essential for initiation of transcription by RNA polymerase II. The major functions of TF2D are: 1. Binding to the core promoter to position the polymerase properly. 2. Serves as the scaffold for assembly of the remainder of the transcription complex. And 3. Acts as a channel for regulatory signals. TF2D is itself composed of several subunits called TAFs with molecular weight ranging from 250 kDa to 15 kDa. The subunits are detailed in the table. The subunit TBP, that is Tata binding protein, is a general transcription factor that binds specifically to a DNA sequence called the Tata box. The subunit TAF1, which is TF2D subunit 1, affects the rate of transcription initiation. The subunit TAF2, which is TF2D subunit 2, affects the rate of transcription initiation. Subunit TAF3, which is TF2D subunit 3, affects the rate of transcription initiation. TAF4 subunit, otherwise TF2D subunit 4, participates in base cell transcription, serves as coactivators and promoter recognition or modify GTFs to facilitate complex assembly. TAF4B, that is TF2D subunit 4B, is involved in the initiation of G transcription by RNA polymerase II. The subunit TAF5, otherwise TF2D subunit 5, participates in base cell transcription, serves as coactivators and promoter recognition or modify GTFs to facilitate complex assembly. The next subunit TAF6, otherwise TF2D subunit 6, participates in base cell transcription, serves as coactivators and promoter recognition or modify GTFs to facilitate complex assembly. The subunit TAF7, otherwise TF2D subunit 7, is required for transcription by promoters targeted by RNA polymerase II. The next subunit TAF8, otherwise TF2D subunit 8, interacts with several subunits of TF2D, including TBP and the histone fold protein TAF10. The subunit TAF9, also known as TAF23132, binds to the core promoter to position the polymerase properly, serves as the scaffold for assembly of the remainder of the transcription complex, and acts as a channel for regulatory signals. The next subunit TAF9B, otherwise TF2D subunit 9B, binds to the core promoter to position the polymerase properly, serves as the scaffold for assembly of the remainder of the transcription complex, and acts as a channel for regulatory signals. The subunit TAF10, otherwise TF2D subunit 10, serves as co-activators and promoter recognition or modifies GTFs to facilitate complex assembly. TAF11, otherwise TF2D subunit 11, binds to the core promoter to position the polymerase properly, serves as a scaffold for assembly of the remainder of the transcription complex, and acts as a channel for regulatory signals. TAF12, otherwise TF2D subunit 12, interacts directly with the TBP as well as with the TAF21. TAF13, otherwise called TF2D subunit 13, interacts with the TBP and with the two other small subunits of 2F2D, TAF10 and TAF11. The next subunit TAF15, otherwise TF2D subunit 15, participates in base cell transcription, serve as co-activators and promoter recognition, or modify GTFs to facilitate complex assembly. Transcription factor 2E, that is TF2E, is one of several GTFs that make up the RNA polymerase II pre-initiation complex. TF2E is encoded by GTF2E1 and GTF2E2 genes. 2F2E is thought to be involved in DNA melting at the promoter. It contains a zinc ribbon motif that can bind a single stranded DNA. Transcription factor 2F, that is TF2F. Transcription factor 2F is one of several GTFs that make up the RNA polymerase II pre-initiation complex. It is encoded by the GTF2F1, GTF2F2 and GTF2F2L genes. TF2F binds to RNA polymerase II when the enzyme is already unbound to any other transcription factor, thus avoiding it from contacting DNA outside the promoter. Furthermore, TF2F stabilizes the RNA polymerase II while it is in contact with TBP and TF2B. Next is transcription factor 2H. It is one of the several GTFs that make up the RNA polymerase II pre-initiation complex with a molecular weight of 35 to 89 kilodalton. TF2H consists of 10 subunits, 7 of which XPD, XPB, P62, P52, P44, P34 and TTDA form the core complex. The cyclin activating kinase subcomplex, that is MAT1, CDK7 and cyclin H, is linked to the core via the XPD protein. Two of the subunits ERCC2 XPD and ERCC3 XPB have helicase and ATPase activities and help to create the transcription bubble. Two other TF2H subunits, that is CDK7 and cyclin H, phosphorylate serine amino acids on the RNA polymerase II C-terminal domain and possibly other proteins involved in the cell cycle. Next to a vital function in transcription initiation, TF2H is also involved in nucleotide excision repair. It is responsible for giving the go signal, which is why it is assembled last.